impacts of the gold incentive scheme and the SM royalties and how they can be used to promote sustainable mining practices, options to improve policy. So yeah, I'll kind of like touching on whatever aspects that we tried by other speakers earlier on, but with the option or with the resultant effect of pointing on the option to improve the policy. Our mandate as ZimShek is to make sure that we speak on behalf of other miners, because ZimShek was formed by small and now small scale miners, saying that we tell our story. We are also miners, but again we want to advocate for improvement in our sector. The gold incentive scheme and the SM royalties are mechanisms that can significantly influence the mining industry, particularly when it comes to sustainable mining practice and policy development. Here is an overview of their impacts and how they can be used to promote sustainable mining practice, along with suggestions for policy improvements. I was very happy to hear the general manager of the Fidelity pointing out that now they are going to also reward us with 5% incentive for producing at least for a minimum of 500 grams. I was also said if you could lower it again, because I mean we are small scale miners. We know we can thrive on 100 grams throughout the year, but collectively we can contribute more. And contribute more than the large scale miners. Despite the fact that they are well equipped, us will be using our tools and approach. But believe you me, whatever we get, we can channel it then for several business. Gold incentive scheme. The gold incentive schemes are designed to stimulate the production and export of gold, usually by offering financial incentives, tax breaks, or other support to miners, particularly in countries with significant gold mining potential. Impact on sustainable mining practices. Environmental concerns. While incentive schemes can boost gold production, they may also encourage unsustainable mining practices if not properly regulated. Incentives can lead to over-exploitation of gold resources, poor waste management, and inadequate restoration of mining areas. This can result in environmental damage and soil degradation, water pollution, and deforestation. Encouraging formalization. If structured properly, incentive schemes can help bring informal miners into the formal sector, enabling them to adopt more sustainable practice and access support for environmental management and safety protocols. Economic stability. By incentivizing gold production, the country can boost its economies, which may in turn provide financial resources to fund sustainable mining initiatives, research, and infrastructure development. This is important for long-term industry stability. We have options to improve sustainability in gold incentive schemes. Environmental safeguards. Introduce clear guidelines and requirements for environmental protection as part of the incentive package. For example, any miner receiving incentives may adopt best practices for waste management and land restoration. We are saying any miner who is targeting those incentives can say, let me register with EMA, get EIA, or get environmental management practice, which is EMT, if he is not reaching or doing further processing, such as one is the target from the target benefit from the incentives. Then support for green technologies. Other incentives are not only for gold extraction, but also for investing in environmentally friendly technologies, such as mercury, free mining equipment, or renewable energy-powered mining operations. You heard the CEO of ZML pointing out that there's an imminent ban banishment of use of mercury. What it then means is we would want to see incentives being directed to those who are investing much in alternatives for mercury-free mining. That will then go a long way in possibly promoting green mining. As link financial incentives to social responsibility. To ensure that miners receiving incentives also meet social criteria such as fair labor practices, community engagement, and land rights protection. In the SM sector, you also find the terms one miner taking his kids to the mine to say, can you assist me in the mining operations? I'm a living example. I grew up helping my father in the mining sector, helping him at the mine at the age of grade 5. So I've been doing mining from 1991 up to today. Right. Not knowing very much that the other part it can be termed child labor. So I'm saying, right. But I boast with that that experience. ASM reality. As the non-sports mining refers, I think most of you are aware, it refers to mining conducted by individuals or small groups using low-tech methods, often with limited access to formalized legal or regulatory. Royalties are fees or checks. I just wanted to give a small description of what the ASM is all about. Impact of ASM royalties on sustainable mining. Revenue generation. Royalties can serve as key source of revenue for government, which can be reinvested into the mining sector